Hello, everyone. This is Amanda Freeman. This is discussion 7, week 7. We are talking about Linda Client Wayman's TED Talk. The first thing I thought was this is someone who doesn't just talk, she does. And that's rare. I think a lot of people can stand up and give an inspiring speech, but how many of them actually show up every day and do the work? She talked about walking into a school where everything was against her: crime, poverty, students who had given up, and teachers who had checked out, and she refused to accept that that's the way that things had to be. That really hit me because I've firsthand seen what happens when people decide something is too far gone to fix. That's how a lot of people treat MMIP. MMIP, if you don't know, I've said in a few other videos, is missing and murdered Indigenous people. It's what I do for work with my nonprofit. They say that a lot of these cases are too far gone because of the statistics, I guess. They'll see the statistics, the missing posters, the grief, and they assume it's just the way that things are. But it's not. I respect her because she didn't make excuses and she got to work. And that's something I really value. Her speech was powerful because she doesn't just give the information, she makes people feel the weight of what is happening. It's something that I think about with a lot of my work when I photograph for MMIP awareness. I don't just want people to look at an image. I want them to feel the loss and the urgency and the injustice that we feel. It's a start. I know it's not something that they'll personally feel immediately, but if an image is powerful enough, I believe that it's possible. She does the same thing with her words, I think, when she describes the chained doors, the empty classrooms, the fear in her students. She's making us see it through her eyes and visualize it. Her "so what, now what" mindset also stood out to me, and it's easy to get overwhelmed when you're working on something that feels so much bigger than we are. Personally, like individually, whether it's fixing a school or fighting for MMIP, for justice, there's always that moment where it feels like it's too much. She doesn't let herself or anyone else stay stuck there. Yeah, okay, things are bad, so what? Now what are you going to do about it? That's the kind of thinking that actually does change things. And I will argue that ADHD and being really distracted easily and wanting to always have to put something in your brain, have something there to distract you from other things, and then easily getting distracted by other things, you have to always feel the passion and the drive. And with certain things like this, that passion and drive never gets low, if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it. But one thing I would have liked to hear more about is how other people could step up. She took responsibility for the school, but what about the ones that let it get that bad in the first place? The school district, the city, the system itself. I think about that with MMIP too. There are so many people in positions of power who could be doing something, but they aren't. If nothing else, her speech is proof that one person willing to take action is more powerful than 100 people that just talk about it. This talk made me think about my own work in a new way. If I were standing in front of an audience like she was, would they actually feel what I was saying? And I do stand in front of audiences, but I always think about, do they feel the gravity of this situation or this, what I'm saying? Like, do they feel it in their heart, or are they just listening? And I don't know. But would I be able to hold their attention and make them care? I do, but I don't know if, I don't know. It's like mixed feelings, I guess, about that. But I always am thinking about the audience that I'm speaking to, and whether they're indigenous or whether they're a different demographic, or if I'm talking about the statistics between like that Native women are 5 times more likely to be sexually assaulted, or that we are 10 to 12 times more likely to experience violence in our lifetime or to get murdered or go missing than any other demographic. That's I don't know if they understand those concepts, but it depends on the demographic I'm speaking to. You wouldn't think that I speak to people for a living either. But I think that I know I'm passionate about MMIP, but am I making that passion come through in my words the way that she does? That's something I want to focus on more. At the end of the day, her message wasn't just about schools. It was about showing up and refusing to make excuses and deciding that something can be different because we're willing to make it different. And that's what really stuck with me. And I honestly live my life by that daily. But I hope everyone has a great week and weekend.